Long ago, in a quiet village near wide fields and slow rivers, there lived a poor woodcutter named Evan. He lived with his old mother in a small wooden house. His father had died many years earlier, leaving them only a weak roof, a small garden, and a few tools. Evan was young, kind, and strong, but life had never been easy for him. Every morning before the sun rose, Evan walked into the forest with his axe. He cut wood, tied it into bundles, and carried it to the village to sell. Some days he earned a little money. Other days no one bought his wood. Still, he never complained. He always shared his food with his mother and thanked the sky for another day. His mother often said, "My son, we are poor, but your heart is rich. Never lose your kindness. Kindness is worth more than gold." Evan always smiled and answered, "I promise, mother." One winter, the snow came early. The forest was cold and silent. Food became scarce, and people grew afraid. One night, Evan's mother fell sick. She lay in bed, weak and shaking. "My son," she whispered, "we have only a little bread left. Take this money and buy flour and salt. Be careful." She gave them their last 50 silver coins. Evan placed them carefully in his pocket and left before dawn. As he walked toward the town, he heard loud shouting. A crowd had gathered near the market. Evan pushed forward and saw a cruel man beating a thin old horse. The poor animal was tied to a post, bleeding and shaking. "Stop!" Evan shouted. "Why are you doing this?" "This useless horse cannot pull my cart any more," the man said angrily. "I will beat him or sell him for nothing." Evan's heart hurt. He looked at the horse's tired eyes and broken body. "I will buy him," Evan said. The man laughed. "Buy this old animal? He is worthless." "I will give you all my money," Evan replied. The crowd gasped. The man quickly took the coins and untied the horse. Evan led the horse away slowly. "You will be safe now," Evan said softly. "I will call you Bran." Bran touched Evan's shoulder gently with his head, as if thanking him. When Evan returned home without food and with an old horse, his mother cried in fear and anger. "You spent everything," she said. "How will we live?" Evan knelt beside her bed. "I could not let him die. Please forgive me." His mother turned away, but later that night Evan saw tears on her face. She whispered a prayer and fell asleep. The next morning, Evan went back toward town to look for work. On the road, he heard crying. A small white goat was trapped in a hunter's rope. The hunter was gone. Evan cut the rope and freed the goat. The goat followed him closely, refusing to leave. "I cannot keep you," Evan said. "I have nothing." But the goat stayed. Evan smiled sadly. "Then I will call you Luma." That night, Evan slept outside, sharing his bread with Bran and Luma. He did not know it, but someone was watching him from the shadows of the forest. On the third day, Evan reached a large village with a stone church. An old monk stood outside and watched Evan carefully. "Young man," the monk said, You look tired. Who are your companions?" "They are my friends," Evan replied. "I saved them." The monk nodded. "If you work for me for 3 years, you will have food, shelter, and peace. At the end, you will be rewarded." Evan agreed. He worked hard for 3 years. He cleaned, repaired, carried water, and helped travelers. Bran and Luma were cared for as well. When the 3 years ended, the monk called Evan forward. "You have been honest and kind. Choose your reward." He showed Evan 3 bags, one of gold, one of silver, and one of stones. Evan thought carefully. Gold and silver can be stolen, but stones can build something lasting. He chose the bag of stones. The monk smiled. "You chose wisely." Evan left with his animals and the heavy bag. Days later, he entered a dark valley. In the center, he saw a young woman chained to a rock surrounded by fire. "Help me," she cried. Evan did not hesitate. He threw the stones onto the fire, stopping it. He broke her chains. The woman bowed. "I am the daughter of the Sky King. You saved me." She gave Evan a simple ring. "This ring brings help, not wealth. Use it with a pure heart. Never speak of its power." She vanished into light. That night, Evan tested the ring. When he turned it, 7 helpers appeared. "Master, what do you need?" they said. Evan whispered, "Food for my mother." In a blink, the food appeared. Evan returned home. His mother cried with joy. Slowly, life improved. Evan never used the ring for pride, only for need. Years passed. Evan became known as a wise man. One day, the king's daughter, proud and clever, heard of him. She wished to marry him for his secret power. They married, but she grew jealous and stole the ring when Evan slept, leaving him blamed and imprisoned. Bran and Luma did not give up. They traveled far, faced danger, and found the ring with help from mice and birds. They returned it to Evan. He used the ring to escape and reveal the truth. The king wept and begged forgiveness. Evan forgave everyone. He chose not gold, not power, but peace. Evan lived the rest of his life quietly with his mother, Bran, and Luma. He used the ring only once more, to return it to the forest where kindness was born. And so the world learned, true magic lives in kindness, not power.